You want to try this. Chicken coxinha. Oh, tasty. Coxinha. Yeah, you recognise it. Super tasty. Would you venture a delicious? Feeling loved inside. Right people, mashing up with Mash Direct again. And this week we're going to use mashed potato to wrap round chicken mince. And it's a Brazilian street food called coxinhas. So first thing we're going to do is get the chicken on. Okay, we've got a couple of chicken breasts. We're just going to season those with a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to drop them into this pan and we're going to poach them in chicken stock. Okay, then I'm just going to take the tops off 2 carrots and I'm going to just cut those into some nice strips. They're going in to help flavour the stock. Take an onion, just roughly chop that down. Then we've got a whole bulb of garlic. We're just going to cut straight through that. Going to take a chilli. And then strangely we're going to use the tomato, but that's very traditional. Get all of those in. And then we're going to put a sprig of thyme in. And we're going to put in 3 bay leaves. Once you've done that, cover with chicken stock. Okay, so bring the stock up to a simmer, lid on, and cook it for between 20 and 30 minutes until the chicken's all the way cooked through and you can pull it apart. Okay, so that's simmered away nicely. Chicken is really nice and tender. What we're going to do is we're going to reserve the liquor. We're going to use that to make the dough. Okay, and then let's set the liquor aside and get on with making the filling with the chicken. So we need to finely dice an onion and a clove of garlic. And put those into a pan. So we're just going to cook those down until they're nice and translucent. Next up, let's have a look at the chicken. So this is being cooked, it's nice and tender, and that you can see it's taken on all that flavour. So we're just going to cut it down into chunks and get it into our food processor. Okay, next up, a good bunch of coriander. I'm going to just drop him in. And then we need to put a jalapeno in. And then the same with a chili. Teaspoon of paprika and a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then we're going to juice and zest a lime. And then we want the juice from a lemon, half a lemon, just get him in. And then we're going to put 250 grams of cream cheese, just get that in. Then a good pinch of salt, crack of pepper. And now let's get those onions. Just get them in. Lid on and blitz. Okay, that's done. You don't want to blitz it too long, just want to get it all incorporated and mixed down. Now let's test that. Oh, so good. You've got all that chickeniness that's in there that's just making it really meaty, but then all those different seasonings. That's delicious just as it is, but then that's going to get wrapped inside of the mashed potato and then it's going to be fried and it's going to be this wonderful, hot, crunchy parcel of deliciousness. Right, let's get that off. Okay, so that's the stock from earlier that's still warm, and then you're going to get 25 mils of salted butter, drop that in, that's going to melt into the stock. Next up, the mashed potato. And the great thing with Mash Direct, it's so convenient, but it's also great quality. They take it out of the ground and they cook it on the farm the same day. It's Maris Piper, so it's ram full of flavour, and it cuts this recipe time in half. So good, let's get it in. And then you just want to whisk all that mashed potato into the stock, and so there's no lumps left. And you'll see it turn into this really luxurious soupy mixture that we're going to add flour to that will turn into the dough. Okay, now let's get a good pinch of salt in there. And then we're going to start adding plain flour gradually in to bring it into a dough. And then we just add the last final amount, and then we just bring it together with a spoon. Okay, so when the dough comes together and sits separately from the bowl, that's when it's ready. We need to cling film that now, drop it in the fridge for an hour to rest, and then we can start rolling it out. Right, this is one that I did earlier. So we're just going to flour the board and turn it out so we can start rolling it out. To then pull off something like a golf-size piece of dough, and then form that piece of dough into a bit of a ball, and then we're going to start gently rolling it out with a chapati rolling pin. And then once you've got that down to about that sort of thickness, introduce your mixture back into the fray. Get a nice chunk of that, whack it in, and just give your hands a quick wash. And then what we're going to do is we're going to form it into a sort of pear shape. So heavier at the bottom, lighter at the top, and just fold that mixture over. So once it's done and all that has been closed up, then just pat it down and move it around in your hand so you get that familiar pear shape. Okay, now traditionally the way these guys are done is that they get dipped in a little bit of water, rolled in breadcrumbs and deep fried. So let's do the same. Drain off all that excess water, roll in breadcrumbs, make sure it's thoroughly covered, and then just get a little bit in to test the oil. It fizzes straight away, so let's get them straight in. Those crunchy, delightful parcels of love. I reckon 3 for $3.50. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment box below. And listen, people, if you're loving Food Busker, then subscribe. You are loving food. Whatever. Let's take them to the tree and see what people will pay. Go on, in you get. I would go for a full new one.
Oh, fair play.
Okay. Okay. Good manly bite there. What's it saying to you? It's good. It's good. How's the chicken? Super tasty?
It is, to be fair.
Would you venture a delicious?
I would venture delicious, I would.
He would. He's just being frank about it.
One more bite, one.
Now, if you had to pay for 3, what do you think 3 are worth?
I reckon 3. I reckon you could do 3 for £6.
3 for £6. Thank you, sir. It's nice meeting you. Thank you.
Coxinha.
Yeah, you recognise it. Take a bite. Come on. Come on. It's a chicken one. Take a good old bite.
The fry is really good, it's very crispy.
You like it? What about the chicken filling?
It's missing some spice.
Not spicy enough?
More flavor.
More flavour. What do you think 3 are worth? For 3, what would you pay?
For 3.
For 3 of those?
Depends where? £6. Yeah.
£6 here on the streets.
5.55.
Okay, 5.50. 5?
Yeah, 5.50.
He's feeling 5.50. 6. Boys, increase the piece, spread the love. Ooh, look at that nice bit of...
different.
Okay, so have a bite. So you've got poached chicken that's with some cream cheese and some seasonings, and then you've got the mashed potato, crispy outside. Are you feeling love inside? Now, what do you think for 3 of them, what they're worth?
3. I don't know, 5.50.
5.50, I'll take that. Thank you, madam. Those guys are mega delicious. You've got to try them at home, and let me know what you thought of them in the comment box below, people. Increase the peace.